The first question asks us, which could be true about this game? Well, I know a lot of things that must be true about this game, and in fact, there are only a few things that could be true about this game. They deal here with positions 2 and 3, where S and V goes. That's some uncertainty in the game. And they deal here in positions 1 and 2 with the power source. I don't know what's there. So the answer is probably going to revolve around those 4 different positions, because everything else seems to be pretty much squared away. Answer choice A says the U is 6th, and I know that can't be true. So I can get rid of A from consideration. B says R has to be 3rd. I know R can't be 3rd. I know where R is. The razor is 4th. So B is out of consideration. Answer choice C says the thing that comes 5th is powered by a battery. I look at position 5. I know it's powered by an adapter. And C is out of contention, leaving us with D and E. D says S, which is the stereo in this case, is powered by a battery. Well, if it's in position 3, it won't be powered by a battery because that's an adapter. But it's entirely possible that S fills position 2. And I don't know what goes in position 2, so that looks like it could be true. It's at least possible. Now on the LSAT, I would take that as all right, it looks possible. Let's see if I can eliminate E as something that definitely isn't the answer. And then I can be confident here on this first question that I have one right answer and the rest of them are wrong. So E says U is powered by a battery and V is powered by a battery. Well, if U is powered by a battery, that seems to be okay. But that means the only other place open for V to be powered by a battery would be 2. And I can't have 2 batteries next to each other. So E is in fact out of contention, which leaves us with D as the right answer choice here. The correct answer to the first question, which could be true, we could have S in position 2 powered by a battery as long as U is powered by an adapter. Second rule in the game asks, which of the following must be true? Well, if I take a look at my sketch very quickly, I know there are a lot of things that must be true. There's very little uncertainty left in this game. So in cases where there are a few things that must be true, I might try to predict an answer. Here, I'm just going to have to go through the answer choices and very quickly jump on one that I know always has to happen. A says the television is in position 5 and powered by an adapter. Well, I can go ahead and find my television. It does have to be in position 5, and it absolutely does have to be powered by an adapter. And so that is my answer choice here. I know that in any situation, this has to be true. And remember, this was the last deduction we were able to make. There are no rules about T, but we were able to make a deduction about T by combining what we know about all of the other entities with each other. Just to eliminate the other answers here, B, C, D, and E, although on the LSAT I absolutely wouldn't take the time to do so. B says S is in position 3 and powered by an adapter. That could be true, but as we just saw in the previous question, S could also be in position 2. So just because it's possible isn't enough to make it the correct answer to a could be true question. Same thing with answer choice C here. It basically says the exact same thing about V. V is in position 3 and powered by an adapter. Could be true. Could just be the other thing here. S and V are essentially interchangeable in this game. So if B is right, then C would be right. So neither of them can be right. D says V is in position 2. We know that could be true again. And then finally, E says that U is in position 6, which we know can't actually happen. U, we were able to make the deduction here that was in position 1. And so answer choice E actually must be false. And that leaves us with, again, only A is the correct answer to question number 2. The third question in this game is a little bit trickier. It asks, if the UV lamp is powered by a battery, each of the following must be true except. Now, whenever I see except on the LSAT, I think to myself, except 1. In fact, some of the times I even write the word 1 right after the word except. So each of the following must be true except 1. That means one of them doesn't have to be true. And that's the one I'm looking for. On the LSAT, I'm always looking for one answer. In this case, it's the one that doesn't have to be true. So keeping that in mind, I go up to this new if that they give me. If U equals B. Well, I ask myself, what do I know about U? I know that U has to be first. Well, if U has to be first, let's go ahead and throw a B right up above it. The UV lamp now powered by a battery. And now again, the methodical nature of logic games takes over. What else do I know about B? Looking at my rules, I know that I'm never going to have two B's consecutive to each other. So if 1 is B, 2 cannot be. And that means I can go ahead and throw an A or an adapter up there in position 2. And that's about as far as I can take it. I don't know anything else about power sources. I don't need to. I have them all in place. And I don't get any information about S and V based on this new if. So now I can go to my answer choices and again remind myself I'm looking for the one that doesn't have to be true. In this case, A says S is powered by an adapter. Well, I don't know where S is, but regardless of where I put S, either in 2 or 3, it's going to be powered by an adapter now. So A has to be true. Wherever S goes, it's going to be powered by an adapter. It's not the one I'm looking for. B, almost the same thing, says V is powered by an adapter. Well, again, I don't know where V goes, but either place, position 2 or 3, it has to be powered by an adapter, and I can toss that out as well. So A and B are out. It gets me to C. C says whatever's in position 1 has to be powered by a battery. I know that. That was the new rule they told me. U is powered by a battery. I knew U was in position 1. This has to be true. It's not what I'm looking for, and C is out. D says the second position powered by an adapter. That's the deduction I was able to make based on this new rule. If B is 1, then A has to be 2 because I'm never going to have two B's together. So I can get rid of D, which means E better be the thing that doesn't have to be true. And looking at E, it says S is in position 3, or the stereo is on display 3rd. Again, that's the only other thing that I have left in this game that is uncertain. S could be 2nd, it could be 3rd, and that meets my criteria for this answer choice. It does not have to be true. So the answer to this final question is E. Yeah, do you want some knowledge on the outside?